everybody, and welcome back to All the Things Sword of Truth, the alcohol-fueled chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sword of Truth series with a capful of craft brew on the side. I'm Jade.
And I'm Nate.
And this week we're going to be getting into Chapter 10 of Stone of Tears.
But before we do, I'd like to bring up the fact that it's Father's Day today, so happy Father's Day to all of you fathers out there.
You know, whether you have a good father like Chase or George Cypher, I hope you had a wonderful one with that. Or if you had a really shitty father like Darkin, I also hope you had a really great day too.
And I also want to remind you guys that we're going to be going live this Wednesday, June 24 at 6 p.m. That's 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central. I don't know what that is Pacific time. I wish I could tell you. I think it's 3 hours different, so it'd be 3 p.m. out there. And then for all of our friends in the UK, that would be like 1 in the morning. So I'm sorry, it's going to be very late. We are going to work on getting a weekend one soon.
Absolutely, we're going to do that.
But with that, I think we head into the chapter.
This chapter that we're going to be getting into today is basically just a recap of Richard's time with Denna and why he's not going to be wanting to wear a collar again.
Right, he is not looking forward to that at all. But really not planning on that.
Yeah, according to him, not happening.
No.
At all.
So, Kaelin had told Sav and Westlin what happened with the sisters, and then came back to wait for Richard to finish the super undeserved punishment of burying Grace. I still don't, I just don't get it. When he's done, he comes back, and then he blames the magic for coming in between them again. He's still on the I hate magic kick.
Yeah. He knows this is all going to come down to magic. It's all magic's fault, and we're going to be separated, and fuck this. Not happy.
Yeah, I mean, he thinks it's going to separate them, and that's the last thing he wants, so he hates that. Whatever it may be, and it happens to be magic.
And also that girl killed herself because of magic for, no fucking reason, apparently.
Yeah, and I mean, there is no apparent reason. So it was for why? Why did you have to do that? And, you were right there. You could have just not done it. It was unnecessary, and that means magic now is causing unnecessary death.
Yeah.
In his eyes, and, no wonder he hates it.
It was literally just to teach him a lesson. Just to make you dig a really big hole. Richard kind of feels like he wants to run away from everything at this point, especially what's inside of him. And I really feel like it's a parallel to, depression. And I feel like we've touched on this a couple times in this book already. There's a lot of themes that come up that can relate to that.
It makes me think of the title of the book, Stone of Tears. I'm assuming that's going to have something to do with it. But yeah, this is the third character now we've had describe depression, severe depression.
Yeah, and you can't run from something if it's inside of you, I guess. I don't know. That rings, I think, for a lot of people. There's stuff that they have going on that they can't get away from because it's not around them, it's inside of them.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's called an invisible disease.
Yeah. Kaelin points out that the two people that he loves most have magic, and it can be used to help people, so he should stop being so fucking rough on it and just take the gift. Just fucking take it.
Yeah, we talked about this before. It really depends on who's using the magic. Magic itself is a tool. It's not good or bad. So just, accept it. And then if you have it, then good for you. You can use that for good. However you think it needs to be used, you can do it in that way.
Yeah. Stop being so bullheaded. Jared was talking about this on, I think, our last episode. He was saying that it is kind of weird that Richard, like we were saying, is ignoring this when it's so glaringly obvious. He has it. It's a tool. And he was saying that maybe Terry's trying to say that Richard looks at it like a crutch, maybe? He doesn't need magic. It would make things too easy if it was a good thing. Either it's a bad thing, or if it's a good thing, it would make things too easy for him, so he doesn't want it either way.
I don't have to be soft and use magic.
Yeah. Fuck all those shortcuts.
I mean, maybe. Richard is every bit of that guy,
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Being a wizard is cool, too. Do both. Yes. Only use it for the really hard stuff then. Again, you get to choose. You're the seeker after all.
Yeah.
You pretty much get to carve your own path, buddy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were, like, literally told that.
Yeah, several times.
Richard flat out tells her he's not going to wear a collar again. This isn't really a discussion at this point. I'm not gonna, like, entertain the thought that maybe it's gonna happen. It's not. We are kind of reminded at this point that they haven't had any time together to process their time apart yet. At all. The events of the last book just happened, and now they're dealing with this shit. They have not had any time to, like, decompress and talk about what she did and what he did in that time that they spent apart, which, I don't know, seems a little wild, because we know.
Yeah, and it's glaring, but they've literally been with other people this entire time and have not gotten a moment to themselves. And they finally do, and, like, it's really heavy.
Yeah.
And Richard tells Kaylin about the time he spent with Denna, and about her hurting him with the collar and basically treating him like an animal, leading him around, making him do whatever she wanted. Suffice to say, Kaylin's horrified.
Yeah, it was dehumanizing.
Yeah, she knew that they used the Aegil to cause pain, but she didn't really know anything else. So it was kind of fuzzy. I figured she would have known that.
Yeah, I kind of questioned that too. I thought they would have more knowledge, but maybe because Dahara was so closed off before all this happened, like, once Darkin started coming in, I don't think maybe they saw the Mord Sith so much. Maybe the Mord Sith were kept up in the palace, so they were kind of mysterious. Like, you knew you didn't want to fuck with one, but you didn't know what exactly they were doing. You didn't know why you didn't want to fuck with one.
You just knew you didn't want to try.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I guess Kaylin, being the Mother Confessor, would have knowledge of other lands. But yeah, if it's something like that to where the only time you saw one is when they were basically coming for you and then it was too late, then yeah, there'd be spooky stories, but nobody would have specifics on what their power was.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it really depends on how much knowledge the wizards in the keep had of Mord Sith before the boundary went up would determine how much knowledge she has of Mord Sith. So, I don't know. But she tries to imply that this collar isn't going to be the same situation. She's like, these people are telling us that they're going to be cool to you and they're going to, like, help your headaches, so we should probably listen to them, right? Richard responds by letting her know that they were being real fucking shady, and they're still not telling him all the reasons that they want him to wear it.
Yeah, and like we said, that would be red flag number 1.
Yeah.
Like, no, give me all the info. You're not going to do that? I mean, I respect the game, but that doesn't make me want to trust you either, so...
A lady literally killed herself because I didn't want to put it on. Yeah, no wonder my gut is going, whoa, not okay.
It's funny because for a minute here, Richard seems to say, I need to know the 3 reasons before I agree. Now, he doesn't come outright and say it, but he does imply that he is definitely going to let the first 2 kill themselves to figure out what the third answer is, because he doesn't want to say yes until he knows all of the information.
Right.
You know, he's still saying, I'm not going to put the collar on. So that's kind of going against him at least saying, I'll do it, but I have to have all the info first. He's still saying no, but he's also going to make them all kill themselves.
Yeah, like he knows that's going to happen now. But, I mean, it's not on him. I feel like he is one of those people like, hey, they're doing it to themselves, kind of.
Yeah, they're putting this choice on me. I'm just choosing. Their consequences are their consequences. It's not my bad thing.
Right. Which, kind of.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So Kaylin ends up touching the Aegil, and she doesn't have any pain when she does. She asks Richard about it, why she doesn't have any pain when she touches it, and he ends up having her touch it, like, he grabs a hold of it, and she touches his hand where he's grabbing a hold of it. This kind of reminded me of, like, when kids will grab an electric fence, and then the kid on the end gets the zap.
That would be backwards, though.
Right.
Yeah. The kid on the end gets it the worst, so...
Yeah, not the other way around, because Richard's getting it the worst right now.
Right. Oh, we used to do that all the time at Jerry's farm.
I've never actually done that.
Oh.
But I know that kids did it. That's why I said kids.
I'll take you out there sometime. You can do it. It's weird. Like, it doesn't hurt per se, but it gives you a jump. You'll feel it.
Well, Kaylin feels it. She gets zapped here. And then she asks him why he didn't hurt her before, and he explains that it's because she didn't get trained with it. And this is kind of what we talked about last book when Violet was fucking with it. She wasn't trained with it, so it didn't hurt her.
Right.
He explains it super clearly. We could have just flipped to this book, and it would have been super easy for us to figure that out.
So this is when Richard tells her, look, this is not even the full extent of how it feels. You just touched my hand so I could shield you from all of the pain. And she wants to know what it feels like without him shielding her. And I don't know why you would.
No.
She says, I want to understand. And, like, I don't see how this is going to make you understand more.
No. I get wanting to know everything about each other. I get wanting to understand. I get it. But this is like having somebody that you love be in, like, a house fire. Like, their whole body burned, kind of. And you being like, I'm going to hold my hand on the stove so I can understand how you feel. It just seems a little psychotic. You only get, like, a glimpse into the pain, and you really have no idea what they're really feeling like. And now you're hurt, so you can't really help them feel better anyways.
Right. She's going to be busy soothing herself after that because it fucking hurts.
Yeah, you can empathize without fucking maiming yourself, I feel like. And Richard at first refused to let her do this, but it took, like, literally no urging for him to be like, okay.
She just went, come on. Fine.
You can get me to do anything.
He broke so easy. What did he say? What wouldn't I do for you?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Which is, this is a really dark moment, I feel like. They're so early in their relationship and they're already like, hurt me.
Yeah, no, I'd be like this. This is the thing that you shouldn't do for her. And she's like, hit me with the, no, I'm not going to do that to you. What's the matter with you?
These are red flags, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So then she touches it and then she screams and ends up flat on her fucking back.
Immediately regrets it. I'm amazed that Richard didn't go, I fucking told you, dude.
Yeah. She's just sobbing in the dirt and he's like, yeah, I know, right?
Do you feel bad for, like, you feel so bad for Kaylin because she's just crying into the dirt. Any little kid who's fallen off their bike and skinned up their knee and has done just that, it's like the lowest point you can go.
Especially when you're like, I can handle it. I'm tough.
Yeah. And then that happens, like,
yeah.
My heart breaks for Kaylin here.
And then she realizes that Richard is still holding the Aegil. And she's like, well, freaking stop. If that hurt you like that, knock it the fuck off.
Like, I get it. You're hardcore. Ooh. And he goes even further. He's like, this isn't even everything it can do. It can do all of this cool shit. It helps him distract from the headaches. You know, he goes, this hurts less than the headaches. So that's a sign.
Yeah.
He says if it wasn't for being taught how to withstand the pain, he'd be passed out right now, which is another sign because that means he's a race car in the red. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just not good to have a race car in the red.
No, I feel like it's not. I feel like there is a lot of internal damage happening right now.
Oh, gotta be.
Like organs are going to their distress points. His brain has got to be boiling a little bit. It's just not great. Not great for Richard.
No, and I mean, made even worse by what he does next. Describing all the different things it can do to a body, he like jams it into his forearm and it just, quote, gushes blood.
Yeah.
Quote. Dude, why? First, he does the I'm going to cut my arm with the sword thing, and we all have talked about that. We think it makes you less ready for battle, and now he's going to take the Aegil. Okay, you're big, strong dude. You can hold it in your hand. You've been taught something about pain. That's awesome. Don't, like, now look what it can do, and then gush blood, and he, like, hits his own leg. Now look what it can do, and breaks his leg.
Yeah.
Like, dude, stop it. Stop it. We get it. It does some stuff. Put it down.
It's like the equivalent of being like, hey, see my new knife? Want to see what it could do? And just like cutting your arm open.
I think maybe a little bit of that Mord Sith